When guys think of Hollywood physiques, they're always thinking about one thing. It's all about jacked arms and big biceps in particular. Hard to grow those biceps, but that's why we have Corey Callier here with us. You're the mind behind two of the finest physiques in Hollywood right now, maybe ever, right? And Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. You got them both jacked for Creed 3 and a whole bunch of other films too. How do we get it done? What is the secret to building big arms?
First of all, of course, nutrition, but it's about the training, the hard training. I come from a bodybuilding background where in order to make it grow, you have to bang them weights hard as you possibly can, but doing it properly and correctly with great form. So, throughout the process of building Mike up from a couple years ago, about 7 years ago, until now, we've been able to adopt the form, understand how to adapt to correct form and the right training, also going hard. Jonathan came into the film with an immaculate physique, but I just had to take it to another level. So a lot of hard training. Of course, my strength training background when it comes to bodybuilding was able to take it to another level.
And taking it to another level is not just doing more and more reps of curls either. It's about kind of finding interesting ways to do those curls and challenge the muscle in different ways, right?
Right, when it comes to how I create a body, how I craft myself, it's like an artist does with a painting. He's creating, so you're taking your time, you're understanding the contraction, how the form is very important. I tell people all the time, the two most important parts of changing the physique is your hand placement and arms, and also your feet. If your hands are a certain kind of way, you can contract the muscle a certain type of way to be able to get a pump and get the shape that you need. Also when it comes to feet, arm placement, that is so important when it comes to creating a body.
So 3 ideas that you have for our guys so that you guys can all do this at home and you're gonna get to train your biceps and build that pump without necessarily having to do a whole ton of reps. What are we doing?
So the first move we're gonna do, which is the drop set, which is the heavier move because we wanna get the heavy stuff out the way. The second one's gonna be an ISO move, where you're also gonna be alternating at the same time. And the last move, we're gonna change the angle to really get the depth of that upper bicep on your arm.
I wanna get the heavy thing out of the way first, that way I can survive this. Let's get to work.
So when we talk about drop set, you want to start with the heaviest weight, and then you want to focus on curling up, making sure those palms are all the way up, not too much rocking so we really can feel the biceps being contracted. Got to do a couple reps with these, and once you get to the point where it's like failure, you want to bring it right back down.
So am I failing on these, or am I just taking it to the point I want a little bit left to hit on my next drop?
A little bit left, so I kind of do some time between 8 to 12 reps, then I go down. As soon as you finish, you don't want to take a break like this, you want to get right on.
Yeah, can't let him breathe.
Can't let me breathe. Form is very important. A lot of people just do biceps wrong. Some be like this, some be like this. It's very important to make your palms go to the ceiling, right back down, contract that bicep, come down, squeeze, slow and controlled, and focus on what you're doing. Also, the mind and muscle connection. When you're focusing on the mind and muscle connection, you're thinking about what is actually being worked on and how you want it to look and how it's supposed to grow.
So kind of creating that rotation at the top of every single rep.
Right. I feel it too. I get those 45 today. Same thing.
And so all this is letting you do is kind of get a little bit more into fatigue,
Exactly.
work past that point of failure.
Exactly. You know what? I think it's your turn. I think
I was having fun just watching you do
I know
a couple
you were,
reps.
but I think it's time for me to train you like I train everybody else.
I also didn't really get to warm up, but let's see what happens.
You woke up warmed up.
Huh?
You woke up warmed up. Let's go. There we go. Good. Keep that elbow in the front. Squeeze at the top. Boom. Right back down. Let it hang at the bottom. Nice. As you see, he's bringing it up. He's focusing on his bicep. He's also looking at it. I want you to pay attention to the muscle. Squeeze, bring it back down slow. He's turning his wrist at the bottom. Good. Give me 2 more. 1 more. Nice. Let's drop it.
I want to do one more just to...
Okay, just trying to show me up. Show me up. Okay, I got you. I see what we came here to do.
And I go right to it.
Now, one of my concepts I always
Yeah.
think about when doing a bicep, I want you to think of you're scooping sand out of into a sandbox. This is the box. Coming back down, let it out. Now, what that does, it creates the inner rotation on that bicep to really get the top of that head on the bicep.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking a little bit more about
Bring that
lifting
pinky
up a
in.
little bit.
Exactly. Bring that pinky in, turn it up, really get that top of that bicep. Good.
Feeling the pump on these.
There it is. I see it coming, that vein coming out. If you pay close attention, he's getting a real pump. We call this movie magic too. I do this with my guys before they go on set.
So that's the secret.
Yeah.
3 sets of this and I can be a superhero. Sorry.
Easy. We can go shoot something after this.
I could be a Kang variant.
Yeah, I think you can. There you go, 2 more. Good. Nice.
Now, why are we dropping 3 times?
My thing is breaking it all the way down. You want to start with the heaviest weight that you can actually use. you want to go down to the lightest weight. And usually when you get to the lightest weight, it usually feels like the heaviest weight because your muscle is all the way broken down.
This feels like torture right now. And they're 15-pound dumbbells.
15-pound dumbbells compared to 45. They feel exactly the same.
Yeah, I feel that pump just from one set.
Nice.
So how many sets are we gonna have guys do with
We
this?
try to do, if you're doing regular sets, 3 sets, but if it's at the end of the workout, if you did all your arm exercises at the end of the workout, you just do 1. But if you're starting off with it, I do like 3. Do 3 drop sets between 8 to 12 reps.
So that's 8 to 12 reps at each level.
Exactly.
So we definitely did the easy version of that.
Exactly, we did the
today.
easy version.
So that winds up being anywhere from 24 to 36 reps. So the very classic drop set. Principle number 1, my biceps are already feeling it. I gotta survive 2 more things.
So the next exercise we're gonna do, we're not gonna do 45, we're gonna use 30-pound dumbbell. Now this is more of an iso exercise. Now we're gonna hold the dumbbell on one side, elbow right in front of us. We're gonna do about 10 reps on each side and coming halfway up. So you're really contracting your bicep by coming halfway up.
So I guess even when you're doing reps on one side, the other side is really getting a ton of work.
Yep.
Yeah.
And bring it right back down.
So you're curling only halfway up.
Halfway
You're not
up.
curling the whole way.
Not all the way up, just halfway up.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? It's your time to shine.
Okay.
Let's go. There we go. Right back there. So what I want you to do is don't turn at the bottom, keep it right here.
Oh.
Yep. Right at the bottom here. There it is. There it is. Nice smiling. Nice smiling. That's what I need. And you can see his bicep. It winks at you. At the bottom, it winks. Watch.
Zoom in.
Zoom. It winks. I can make your bicep wink. Oh, good. There we go. Nice. Easy.
It's a lot of tension. Even just holding it on that one side, getting a ton of engagement on my biceps there.
I'm trying to put as much blood in the muscle as you possibly can. And as we're actually doing the rep, we're sculpting it to see how we want the muscle to look. So we're shaping and we're building at the same time.
Would you do this before or after the last exercise we were doing?
This is the exercise by itself.
Yeah.
So I will go drop set, then these.
Yeah, because I want to drop these weights right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at that. See?
We've done one set of 2 exercises. I already have a massive pump. I guess you're working fast pace as we're doing these too, right? So there's not much rest between sets.
The way I work out, the way I love to train is I love to do things at a high pace, high intensity, no matter what I'm doing. As long as I'm paying attention to form and control, I'm able to get what I want out of it because I want to get that heart rate up even when I'm lifting weights. I don't like to just be hitting heavy weight and just sit down and chill. Like I like to do drop sets. Also, I like to do interval training when I'm doing different type of exercise while I'm working out. So it's a mixture of things, but I have to continue to confuse the body while I'm building up an actor like that.
Exactly. So we've got the drop sets as one way to confuse the body and throw it off.
Of course.
Take it to the limit.
Yes.
We've got the isos. Let's get to one more. So the first 2 exercises, all I'm feeling there is a ton of tension. I'm starting to pile that up. My bicep is definitely feeling it. Those are about size. What are we doing next? We've got a bench here.
So next we're going to focus on technique, form, and really hitting the peak of the bicep. We're going to do something called a spider curl. But before I say that, if you notice the exercise that we did, even though they were heavy and they were hard, we were taking our time trying to actually form the muscle. There's a lot of guys out here that have been bodybuilding for a very long time, working out for a long time, they just lifting weight. And guys that just lift weight, you don't see a physique being formed, you just see a body being built. Remember I said a physique being formed and a body being built. We're forming a physique. We're trying to craft a body to look as perfect as possibly can, not just throw a weight around and be like, oh, we worked out today.
And that's about thinking it, right?
Exactly.
Mind-muscle connection. I was definitely trying to squeeze on everything because it's hard to, I think it gets real easy nowadays to get caught up in just lifting heavy. That's kind of the era we're in. But in a weird way, and this will make me look good, we're actually training a little bit lighter so we can get that good squeeze, right?
Exactly. This is not that light. I could get some real lightweight for you if you want to, but I think you're strong, so I'm gonna get this weight right here.
We're sticking with the 30s. Let's do it.
This exercise is called a spider curl. Now, if you really focus on everything right now, what's going on, I'm on the incline bench, and I'm actually have my chest at the top of the bench, actually leaning over. So my body is all the way over, and all I have is my arms to support me to actually go up and down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dumbbell, and when you notice my hand will be like this as I'm coming up to curl the dumbbell. My hand will be down, my wrist will be pointed more to the ceiling. So why I'm doing that is because I want to get a big contraction on the peak of the bicep. You see me here? Right back down. And if you notice, I'm dropping my wrist down as I come up, bring it right back here, keeping it tight, squeezing. So really focusing on the peak of this bicep.
You can't cheat on there either because you're on that bench, so you can't rock or do anything.
So your arms are just hanging. We're gonna alternate and do a couple of reps like this so I can give you an example of what it looks like. From here, right back down. Remember, squeeze, come back down. If you're not squeezing and feel like burn, you're not doing it right. It has to burn. One of my sayings is, if it ain't hurting, it ain't working. Let's go. Nice. talk to myself too. I'm working out.
How many reps are we doing on this?
About 12 reps. Well, you're gonna do about 12 reps. I'm gonna do about 2.
It's fine. I gotta catch up to you anyway.
Hey, listen, man. I'm here to catch up to you. Try to get more in front of you. Like I want you to get a little bit more. There we go. Now we in it. Now we in it. Nice. Keep that wrist up. Let the hand hang low. The wrist down. Drop that hand. There we go. I want that wrist to go to the ceiling. Good.
Yeah, and you can feel it because it takes your forearm out of it.
It does.
As soon as you do this. So I just feel a lot of biceps.
It's very important. Remember I said the hand placement and how you're squeezing on the bicep, on the muscle. It's perfect.
You get such a good contraction too because it's like the rest of my upper body can't help. My hips can't help.
Right.
I can't rock anywhere.
I was about to say that. No rocking, no moving, no grooving while you're doing the workout. Let's go. Good. You got 3 more. Nice.
I like these a lot.
You can have that one. That's for you. All right, that's the gift for you. Exercising is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's so easy too when you get to the top. I feel like when you do standard dumbbell curls, when you get to the top, sometimes you're not feeling it.
Exactly.
But when you're at the top of that spider curl,
you have no
it's
choice
just
but
that
to feel it.
great contraction.
Because you think about it, when you're at the top here, you're taking the contraction off.
Yeah.
You're not contracting no more. It's not squeezing no more. When you're right here, you have to stay focusing on it because you're leaning over. So all you have is your biceps to pull up and down.
Yeah. So I want to feel great. And again, it's still keeping the tempo up. So how many sets of this are we doing?
I would do 3 sets of these, about 8 to 12 reps. Make sure that you're really feeling it on each one. And if you feel like you can go heavier, go heavier.
And you like it as the alternating style that we were just doing?
Yes,
just now?
I love to work on one muscle at a time. The traditional barbell curls and stuff like that, always amazing. When I'm trying to cut and actually form a muscle, I love using dumbbells, and that's with anything.
And so a lot of what you did with Michael and Jonathan then wound up being very heavily dumbbells because it is like you are piling up a little bit more work. Sets get longer, I guess, a little bit, right?
Correct.
So the big question we gotta know, how much work do I have to do to catch up to Kang and Creed?
I mean, I have an app. You can follow my app. It's going to tell you everything that you could possibly do. But my thing is to, anyone can form a body that they want if they take the time and discipline and be consistent. You can get the body that you dreamed of.
So those are 3 tips that are going to get your biceps jacked. I'm going to get more workouts in with you. That way I can get ready for my Hollywood debut.
Let's do it, baby. Good job.